You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 7th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Tuesday. First thing to know is U.S. stock futures point to a higher open. U.S. stock futures pointed to a higher open with the S&P 500 set to edge closer to the all-time high it reached in January, as investors focused on the latest batch of corporate earnings. There was also some relief coming from the lack of escalation in trade tensions between the U.S. and China. Second thing to know is Disney, Snap, and Papa John's report earnings. Dozens of companies are expected to release earnings today in one of the last big waves of the earnings season. Most of the focus will fall on Disney and Snap, which both report after the close. Papa John's, whose results are also due out after the bell, will also be closely watched as the company has been engulfed in controversy recently. Third thing to know is the dollar falls back. Away from equities, the U.S. dollar slipped, giving back some of the previous session's gains. The U.S. dollar index was down roughly 0.2% to the 95 level, after edging up close to a one-year high of 95.35. That was on Monday. Elsewhere in foreign exchange markets, the euro climbed 0.3% to 1.1590 against the dollar after falling to 115.30 on Monday, its lowest since June 28. Oil prices continue higher ahead of API data. In commodity markets, oil prices were higher, extending gains from the prior session as the United States reintroduced sanctions against major crude exporter Iran, tightening global markets. And the fifth thing to know today is JOLTS data is ahead. On the data front, the calendar is thin today with no top-tier reports on deck. The highlight of the day will come at 10 a.m. Eastern Time when the Bureau of Labor Statistics releases its job openings and the labor turnover survey data on the jobs opening from June. Our second story today is from investing.com. Tesla starts hiring for a new $2 billion Shanghai plant. Tesla has started hiring for its new Shanghai factory, according to job postings on its website, just a month after the U.S. electric vehicle maker signed agreements with local authorities for the $2 billion project. The automaker's website showed it is looking to fill 14 roles, including architectural designer and senior finance manager. Most of the positions are senior in level and require at least 6 years' experience, the job description showed. Tesla did not respond to Reuters' request for comment. The 21st Century Herald newspaper, which reported the job postings on Tuesday, said Tesla began advertising the roles on Sunday. Tesla last month signed agreements with Shanghai authorities to build its first factory outside the United States, which would double the size of the EVs EV makers' global manufacturing. Our third story today is from FXStreet.com. WTI advances to 69.50 as U.S. sanctions on Iran take effect. WTI oil futures on NYMEX is seen on a steady rise so far this Tuesday, mainly driven by increased expectations of tightening global supply following the U.S.'s renewal of sanctions on Iran. Analysts at the Australia and New Zealand Banking Corp noted that the supply losses estimated from the U.S. sanctions on Iran could range from 600,000 to 1.5 million barrels per day. Additionally, broad-based U.S. dollar weakness combined with a risk-on rally in the global equity markets also underpinned the sentiment around the barrel of WTI. Upbeat U.S. corporate earnings results have also helped ease some pressure off the investors amid escalating U.S.-Sino trade disputes. Later today, traders remain focused on the U.S. crude stockpiles data, due to be published by the American Petroleum Institute at 2030 Greenwich Mean Time for fresh trading opportunities. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, August 7, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com.